Kalike Namaha. If you like exclusive occult videos that aren't posted on this YouTube, please join my Patreon today. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. I've been wanting to teach you deeper knowledge about astrology because everything I see is very surface level. Even Vedic astrology, the majority of it that I've seen online is very surface level. And by knowing the deeper levels of astrology, this will actually help you with every aspect of knowing astrology and yourself. It's very important to understand where the planets come from and what the planets actually are. It's not enough to know that Mercury is communication, or the moon is your intuition, or Venus is material abundance. This is not the deeper meaning of astrology. So in order to truly understand astrology, we must understand the deeper meanings. So this is what I'm going to get into today. All the planets equal a chakra. This is taught in tantric practice, but it is very important to understand that if you're trying to understand astrology. Now, the chakras are the energy centers within the body. Now, there are more than 7, but the main ones are represented by the planets, the 7 planets. And then Rahu and Ketu do come into play, and I'll explain that as well. So to truly understand the planets, we must understand which chakra they correspond to. Saturn, for example, corresponds to the root chakra, Muladhara chakra. This also corresponds to the zodiac signs Capricorn and Aquarius. So think about that. Saturn, if it's unbalanced, creates a lot of fear in us. And that fear comes from not feeling grounded to the self. Also, when our Saturn isn't well placed, we lose our ability to have discipline in our physical lives. Saturn is agriculture as well. It's the harvest. So Saturn is what grounds us, our sense of survival, or our sense of having things for survival like food, money to support us, housing to support us. So all of these things are basic necessities that we need to feel grounded in reality. This is ruled by the root chakra. So when you understand that, you understand how important it is to have a strong Saturn, or if you don't in your chart, to strengthen your Saturn. This is also where the Kundalini comes from. The Kundalini, which is coiled like a snake at the bottom of the spinal cord. When we have a Saturn that can awaken, then the energy is able to move up all the chakras, which is what Kali Ma is, Kundalini. And also all the chakras equal a deity as well. If you're using the Mahavidyas, which are the female aspect, the goddesses of Shakti, then they correspond to the chakras. But there also are other deities that correspond to the chakras. So it depends which system that you're using. So this is why we can do mantras to the deities to awaken the chakras, which actually also strengthen our planets. And this is why we also have a corresponding mantra, Bij mantra, to this chakra, and that is Lam to the Muladhara, the root chakra. Then the second chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, is Sagittarius and Pisces, both ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is a corresponding planet. And also I'd like to mention on the root chakra, the planet in exaltation is Mars, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So in the sacral chakra, Venus is a corresponding planet because Venus is exalted in Pisces. And the mantra we have is Vam, because in the sacral chakra is our ability to have pleasure, sexuality, even giving abundance, regulating the immune system as well. So these things are very important. So that's why a strong Jupiter is very important for this. This is why Jupiter corresponds to children, because without a strong Jupiter, there can be no children, or you're not able to conceive, which is part of the sacral chakra. Then we have the solar plexus, which is the Manipura chakra. This corresponds to Aries and Scorpio. And as you can probably guess, this is Mars. And the corresponding mantra that goes with the sacral chakra is Vam. Now, with the solar plexus, the mantra, the Bij mantra that goes with this is Ram. And that has to do with Lord Ram, because this is the exaltation of the sun, and Lord Ram is the sun. Hanuman is Mars, and Hanuman was the most loyal and devoted to Lord Ram. So that's why the sun and Mars correspond together, because this has to do with the scriptures in Hinduism. So this controls our confidence in our lives, our self-worth, our self-esteem. That's why this is the exaltation of the sun. If we have a strong Mars, then we're able to act on what we need to act on with courage, like Lord Hanuman. So this is why this is important. So understand that when any of these planets are not in a good state, then it means that our chakras are close to a certain degree and are not operating at the highest capacity, which stops us from doing things in our lives, but also creates a lower level of consciousness, because the Kundalini cannot flow through the chakras. So once the Kundalini is able to flow, we're on a higher level of consciousness, and in turn, we're able to see reality for what it truly is. When the chakras are closed, more has so close, we're not able to see reality for what it is. And then we live in a lower chakra in fear, in anxiety, and lack of self-worth, etc. Then the next one is the heart chakra, Anahata chakra. This corresponds to Taurus and Libra. And as you guessed it, it's Venus is the planet. And the exaltation is also Moon and Saturn, because Moon is exalted in Taurus and Saturn is exalted in Libra. So that's why Libra, being all about relationships, has the exaltation of Saturn. The corresponding Bij mantra is Yam. Now the heart is our ability to love, to have joy in our lives, to communicate inner peace. So understand that the medical system tries to push you drugs in order to feel these things. If you feel lack of self-esteem or feel lack of love or joy, or you're in depression, but that is just masking the problem. The true problem is having to open up the chakras. And you can do this by not having to take drugs. You can do this with mantras. Then the throat chakra is the Vishuddha chakra, which corresponds to Gemini and Virgo, because it's Mercury, which is our speech, and it's the exaltation of Mercury. The corresponding Bij mantra is Hum. This is the ability to communicate, obviously, to express how we feel. So if you ever find that you have a problem with your throat chakra, where it's closing up, because everything that we have in our lives, every problem, physical problem, is a result of the chakra system. So if all of a sudden your throat is drying up, it's usually showing you that somewhere in your life you don't have the ability, or you don't feel you have the ability to express yourself, or you're not expressing yourself, or not stating your truth like you should be. So there's many things that you have to examine at that point. Now, the third eye chakra, Anja chakra, corresponds to Cancer and Leo, and this is the sun and the moon. This is the exaltation of Jupiter. The Bij mantra is Sham. So this is our intuition, it's our wisdom coming from the third eye. The reason it is the sun and the moon is because this chakra has two petals on it. One on the right is the sun, and on the left is the moon. And so they're right here together. Now, when the Kundalini rises, then we're able to get past this shackle of the moon and the sun and go towards the crown. The crown is also the sun, but this is the sun beyond. This is the sun of illumination. The top is the Om, the sound Om, because Om represents the trine of Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma, the destroyer, the preserver, and the creator. So this is the ultimate God. This is God consciousness. So the whole point of illumination is to go towards the sun, to become the sun. The sun is the illumination. This is how we get past the sun. Through the darkness, we are illuminated. We become the God consciousness. And so this is also why the sun is the soul. The sun is everybody's Atmakaraka. For everybody, the sun is the Atmakaraka, but then we have our own personal Atmakarakas. So that's why it is the sun, because the ultimate purpose of life is illumination. I forgot to mention the exaltation of the third eye chakra is Jupiter, because Jupiter can give us that ultimate wisdom as well. But the Jupiter that is mostly used in society is on the lower end because it is man-made. It is religion which is man-made. But ultimate wisdom that can come from the third eye is from your intuition, which is the inner guru, and that is yourself. But yourself is also the higher versions, like the rishis, like the sages, like the devatas. These are all aspects of you, and these are the ultimate guru within you, or the guru mandala, as they call it, which is a whole bunch of siddhas and rishis that live in the higher chakras that we are able to connect to gain wisdom. The whole point is to go through and bring up the energy to heal all the planets. So this is why your birth chart is not fixed. It's something that you're supposed to work on and strengthen your planets, and not to be a victim of it. It's to strengthen them, which means that you're opening up the chakras so that the energy can flow, and so now you can see reality for what it is and illuminate yourself. So this is the deeper knowledge of astrology that is very important to understand, because once you understand this, you're going to be able to make predictions and understand people on a lot deeper level. So that's just a little bit about that, and I'll have way more videos about this coming up. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.